Hey, what's going on YouTube? I am back with another terp review, and if you do enjoy terp reviews, please like, subscribe, ring that bell. In any case, this is some true extracts I got here today. This was just like another Amazon purchase, kind of like the East Coast terpenes. It was like one of those suggested options, and I just figured I'd give it a try. You know, it was right there, you know, one-click option buy, so figured I'd give them a try. Plus it's like $12 for the 1 milliliter. You know, throwing down $12 for a milliliter. Not that crazy testing it out. So let's get to it here. The flavor I got today is actually a Sunset Sherbet. So let's hopefully we get some nice sherbet flavors out of this one. All right, I already got my mixture of Delta 8 THCO mixing in there. Same ratio as all of them as usual. Mostly Delta 8 with a little touch of THCO. One thing I thought was really nice in the presentation was they actually added a little baby pipette here. So that's a nice little added touch. Give it a sniff test, shall we? Very lemon to kind of a piney, but not really like not like pine tree piney. It's almost more just almost like maybe just a touch of piney blending in with some other more herbal type fragrance. Definitely not sweet or anything by that means, at least through the initial smell. It kind of smells like cleaning chemicals, to be honest. That's really what I get off of this, is like the fragrance from cleaning chemicals. Yeah, which not too surprising, you know, lemon, pine, all that stuff. That's in cleaning chemicals a ton. So, but let's go ahead. Let's get this added in here. Turn this down. Add our few drops in here. So. Add an extra 6 drop in there just because I could tell this time I did add a little bit more on the Delta 8 THCO in the dish here. My weight was a little bit over more than normal, so might as well just add that little drop in there. All right, we are back after that little chunk of time. Got it mixed in here, so now time to quickly fill this syringe. I got this nice warm syringe here for it. Get it all up in here. Just as I thought I overdid it. I actually could have added another drop, but it should still at least give me a good enough of something to deal with the flavor. A little bit of overspill, maybe. Oh, perfect. It's like barely just fitting in there. That's a proper full gram cart there. Oh, it's just me. It almost seems like it made it a little bit darker. I don't know if that's just me being crazy or anything, but well, yeah. Now we got this cart filled up. Let's give it a go. Let's test this sucker out. All right. Cheers. Probably a good thing I didn't add too crazy amount in here. It's straight up pine sol. If you like the smell and aroma of pine sol, that sort of lemon pine mixture, that specific, it is very pine sol-y, which doesn't. I don't remember Sunset Sherbet really having a pine sol thing going for it, but so I'm kind of glad I didn't add an extra drop or two. I feel like this is like the perfect amount because it's not overwhelming by any means. It was probably good. I just added that little bit, because you definitely, when it comes to a flavor like that, you definitely don't want to overdo it. It's not changing the high too much. If anything, maybe it's coming on a little bit quicker than it normally would otherwise with Delta 8, but the effect is essentially the same. Just like maybe a slightly quicker onset for that head high, which makes sense for like pine and lemon. Would pine sol be a go-to flavor for me? Nah, I don't know. I think I'll definitely finish this cart. And if I am gonna make it, I'll definitely make it like this, where it's kind of like just a faint flavor, because it's definitely a lot more pleasant that way. I could definitely show you where this flavor would quickly become too much, and this is like just enough to get a little bit of that flavor. It just ends up being where, like, if you handed this to somebody and you didn't tell them, and you're just like, hey, I have this cart, they'd probably get worried thinking there's cleaning chemicals in it, because it really has that sort of, yeah, like that wood, whatever that Murphy's oil wood cleaner stuff. It's like a combination of that, a little bit of that, along with that pine lemon, which Murphy's oil kind of already has the pine kind of thing going through. But it's like, yeah, it's very much along those lines of like wood cleaning chemicals. So I could see where that would startle somebody who wasn't necessarily expecting it. But yeah, I will say, like, normally I would be like just barely, even after these handful of puffs, just barely starting to feel the effects of the Delta 8. And it's just like the onset for Delta 8, just to me at least, is a fair bit longer than Delta 9. Delta 9, you know, just can smack you in the face. Delta 8's a little bit more of a creeper kind of high. And this is definitely, I'm a couple notches higher than I feel like I normally would be otherwise at this point. So it definitely helps that onset, but the flavor, not too much my jam. I'm not the pine sol, like that kind of thing. It's like every once in a while I gotta be in the mood for it. But what would I give this? Probably like a 7.5. It's like I said, it's not really my go-to and whatnot, but there's not really too much I can knock it other than it being a little bit too close to like pine sol Murphy oil flavor, which I mean that's what it's going for. But as far as a Sunset Sherbet, that's not what I think of when I think of Sunset Sherbet. Like I don't even know really what I think of. Usually when I have it, it ends up being kind of gassy, where it's supposed to be kind of more of a fruity. So I don't know as it is. I've tried so many Sunset Sherbets and they like almost all of them taste different. So it's, when it comes to the strain of Sunset Sherbet, I don't really know what to get out of it, because it's like I don't know. The terp profile seemed to be all over the place for that strain, particularly compared to others. But yeah, no, at least for this one, maybe it's a good add-on, you know, a good addition. If you're really trying to pick out of the true extracts and it's your first time and you just want that little added something extra that, you know, it's not a go-to, but it's a good little side terp to try with every once in a while. But yeah, that'll do it for Sunset Sherbet. Yeah, in any case, if you like this content, please like, subscribe, ring that bell.